Look, we all arrive at different stages of our life in our own time because we don't all have the same experiences. We have different relationship issues, different traumas, different family backgrounds, and different opportunities. Sometimes there's lessons that we have to go through before we can even hold a certain level of success, become the people that we're meant to be. And the worst thing that we can do in these moments is compare ourselves to other people because we have not got a clue about what their journey looked like. We have not walked a mile in their shoes. We also don't know what problems they're holding behind closed doors within their relationship, within that fancy house that we see in the car and the dream life that they might have. There could be a mountain of debt. There could be infidelity. There could be cheating. There could be any amount of things that are going on that we're not seeing. And yet we're comparing ourselves to them unfavorably. We don't know anything about that. Now, also, it might not be the right time for certain choices in your life. It might not be the right time to have a family. It might not be the right time to take that risk or that opportunity and come out to buying a house. There's loads of reasons why things might feel different for you, and that's okay. But try not to fall into that comparison trap of judging and shaming yourself and claiming that you're behind, because there's other people in life that have made these decisions and committed to them. We don't know the circumstances that drove those decisions. We don't know the type of context that's going on, and you're using that as a stick to beat yourself and put yourself down. And the truth is, you're probably further along your path than you're giving yourself credit for. Look at how far you have come. Look at all the things you've integrated and owned and overcome in your life to get to this point in time, because the best is still ahead of you. The best is still in front of you. You're still growing. You're still in the game. Things aren't over. And look, we all arrive at success at different points in time, and success looks different for everybody. Do you even want these things? Do you even want the things that you're comparing yourself to with these other people? That can be familial conditioning, social conditioning. As you grow, your relationship to these things might change also. Sometimes being in the wrong relationship with the wrong partner. Sometimes if you got everything you thought you wanted, it might have been your own destruction. Maybe if you had a child in that relationship, you'd have been tied to an absolute nightmare of a person. Maybe if you had took that house, you would go through a lengthy legal battle with the wrong person, be absolutely crippled and wrecked and stressed out. So be present, and also recognize sometimes when you don't get what you want, you're getting what you need. You're being redirected. You might be getting saved from something that could ultimately cause you harm. And maybe you will have a better appreciation and understanding and gratitude for your journey when you're further up your path and you're able to look back and go, thank God I didn't get what I thought I wanted at that point in time. It could have been the end of me. It could have been the worst harm I could have put myself. I have spoken to clients that are so grateful that they didn't have that child, didn't buy that house, didn't get married, didn't do those things, because it would have been unbelievably painful for them if they had it, because the person that they were with changed. Their circumstances changed. They lost the job. Maybe a parent gets sick. You don't know what you don't know. There's things that you're being saved from and redirected with every choice that you make in your life. And it's so unfair to yourself to judge yourself and compare yourself to somebody else's story, because we don't know what chapters came before and we don't know what chapters are going to come ahead. But we have to trust ourselves. We have to trust the flow of our life, moment to moment, this version that we are right now, and actually let that be enough, because you're still growing, you're still figuring stuff out. You will get there when you're meant to get there, but don't fall into the comparison trap, because all that does is make you feel bad about yourself. It robs your joy. Unfortunately, social media is a big part of that. It creates these perceptions, and I've worked with super successful people that have been very unhappy, that have been going through massive amounts of trauma, dysfunction. And if you've seen the outward experience that, you would never believe that that was what they were going through. So do not compare based on the veneer of what you think is going on in somebody else's life. Because sometimes when you sit down with people close to you and you talk to them, you're thankful that you don't have the problems that they have, even though you could never see that from the outside. And I think that's a really grounding thing, and it can be so helpful of a reframe to just stay in gratitude for the here and now, while also working towards what you want. Looking at the growth that you've went through, and not fall, unless it's motivating and inspiring and encouraging. I think comparison is ultimately very destructive.